Attempts to weaken NATO and the European Union are part of the Russian Federation's strategy of hybrid aggression against the West. This opinion was expressed by Tobias Winkler, a member of the Bundestag Committee on the European Union.
Attempts to divide the EU are part of Russia's hybrid warfare strategy. I am convinced that one of Putin's key miscalculations in his invasion of Ukraine was precisely his belief that we would not rise in unity to support Ukraine. We did it, both NATO and the EU. Tobias Winkler, member of the Bundestag Committee on the European Union, in an interview with Guildhall.
The full-scale war unleashed by Russia against Ukraine has become a signal for all of Europe. The EU realized that they were also in danger. Hybrid threats from Russia in the field of migration policy, energy and cybersecurity have become new challenges for the countries of the European Union. They were first discussed at the Security Forum, which took place on March 21st.
Russia's illegal war of aggression against Ukraine has been a wake-up call to us. We have done what was to us unthinkable months ago. This has raised interest and opened venues from new forms of cooperation. We are building a strong European defense. We are building a more capable Europe to defend its values and interests. In security and defense, we are progressing a lot. Josep Borrell during Schuman Security and Defense Forum.
The possible deployment of nuclear weapons in Belarus and on the territory of the temporarily occupied Crimea is also a direct threat to the international order.
Russia's military aggression is directed not only against Ukraine, its consequences are felt by the countries of Europe and the world. This applies to the migration crisis, energy and food blackmail, cyber attacks, propaganda and disinformation. And this is not a complete list of tools that Russia uses today. Igor Klumenko, Minister of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Ukraine, at a meeting with representatives of the EU delegation.
The Irish authorities plan to hold a security forum in June to seek public opinion on the issue of further maintaining military neutrality. Ireland may become the fifth country that, as a result of Russia's war against Ukraine, may refuse such status.
The international security environment has changed significantly over the last year. We have seen blatant and brutal disregard by Russia of international law. Ireland's commitment to a rules-based international order and our traditional policy of military neutrality do not inure us from the need to respond to this new reality. Michael Martin, head of the Irish Foreign Office, in an interview with the Reuters news agency.
EU ambassadors have approved the creation of a civilian mission in Moldova to help counter Russian threats. Bulgaria in early April published an extensive report on Moscow's aggression against Ukraine. Analysts called Russia's actions a threat to global peace. The report mentions the intensification of Russian subversive hybrid activities, the risks in the field of cybersecurity, and the use of energy as an active weapon in the military political campaign.
The purpose of these actions is aimed primarily at creating internal political destabilization and public confrontation, impeding decision-making to enhance the Union's deterrence and defense capabilities, reducing solidarity and support for Ukraine and providing timely and effective military assistance, and continued dependence on Russian energy supplies, from the report of the State Defense and the Armed Forces of Bulgaria.
The Kremlin is trying to split Europe from within, using its agents of influence for this. To promote pro-Russian sentiments, they organize actions aimed at the ending of support for Ukraine. Only the victory of Ukraine in this war unleashed by Russia can stop this hybrid threat to all of Europe. Reported by Pavel Shtenmach, Natalia Husak, UATV News.